I've never said he's a bad player. I've never said that. I think he's overrated. Mate, you don't work hard enough. He doesn't. He does not. He's not a team player. He's not a team player, mate. He's not.
You're telling me you're going to take Mount over Neymar?
Yes, 100%.
Oh my God.
And I'll tell you why. Because Neymar won't do what Mount does. He won't do the dirty work. He won't do
Mount
that.
can't do what Neymar does.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But if you're a team player, you can't get in a team. Neymar, again, I say it. I've been saying it for years, mate. He's so overrated. I always come away asking questions about Neymar. I never come away going, yeah. Technically, obviously, he's a wonderful footballer.
You're telling me if Neymar stepped up at Chelsea, you wouldn't be like, oh, yeah, lovely. I'll pay good money to go and watch that.
No, I wouldn't have. You know, I've already said what he said about him. I've always felt...
He's linked to your club now. That's why I'm
I've
asking you again.
He's been linked for a while. I mean, I've always said I wouldn't want him near my club because I don't think that he is the sort of player that Chelsea need. He left Barca because he couldn't compete with Messi. Because he knew he wanted... He turns up at PSG and Mbappe turns up. He's not the best player at PSG. It's about him. You know my thoughts on Neymar. I think he's overrated. I've said that. Good player, overrated. Name a game where you go, that's the Neymar game. Name a game. You know, I'm serious.
Well, name a Mason Mount game.
No, but I'm asking. Well, Mason Mount won the Champions League.
All right, so is Neymar.
Yeah, but he's
he walks in your team.
It's all about him. It's all about him.
Right, so
I would not have him anywhere near Chelsea. He is a problem. Overrated. Not good enough at that level. Can't lace Messi's boots. Neymar is not a team player, mate. He's not. He is not. And Southgate, can you imagine if Neymar was English in that Southgate squad? Can you imagine the disruption, what it would do, the effect it would have? He's not part of the gang. Up against top-class opposition, you really do see the player that he truly is, and he's overrated. Any one of the front three at Liverpool, any one of the front three at City, he does not get in those teams for me.
I disagree.
Hey, mate, he'll do me head in.
And I want to speak about Diaz. I think, in my opinion, he's very, very similar to a certain Brazilian called Neymar. Now, I think...
Not it's better than Neymar. I'd rather have Diaz than Neymar, that's for sure.
I would now. I would
damn
now.
right I would.
Really?
Neymar's overrated, right?
Look, we're not having this chat.
No.
We're not having this
Let's
chat.
not have that conversation now. Trust me now, Diaz is all ends up, if you asked any... I tell you what, we'll ask every fan.
I don't want to talk about Neymar.
He is not one of those players you want when the chips are down, when you really need to dig out a performance, someone to roll up their sleeves. If you want someone to dive around and moan and bitch into the referee, he's your skipper. I've been saying this for years. Once again, Neymar crashes out. You know why? Most overrated footballer of his generation.
Oh, you can't blame Neymar.
The most overrated again, overrated. All right, and I've said it consistently. Overrated.
Played Bayern Munich in the final.
He was useless. He was garbage.
For me, Neymar gets in it over Mason Mount. You take him out. I think Vinicius Junior gets in it.
I tell you why Neymar doesn't get anywhere near any team that I want to support is because it's him. I've said this many, many times. I think Neymar is overrated. I've said that before, and I'm not, we're not going to change my mind now. If he turns up at Chelsea, I'll give you an opinion what I think.